Shalom everybody, hope you're doing well, hope your week was great, getting ready for Shabbat. Maybe a great Shabbat, the second Shabbat of the month of Elul, the month before Rosh Hashanah, special time of getting ready for the big day, for the new year, for the end of this year, closing off this year, building a bridge to the new year. And just a quick thought in this week's Torah portion, Teizte. When you go out, there's so many things as usual to talk about in this Torah portion. I want to focus on one thing, a theme that I believe comes up many times in this week's Torah portion, and it's the theme of mercy, of rachamim. Right? There's many different individual specific mitzvot that are given over in this week's Torah portion, and many of them have this theme of rachamim, of mercy. Right? There's a mitzvah called shiluch haken, where if someone happens to find a nest of eggs as he or she is walking on the way, that if the mother bird is on, if they want to take the eggs, they should shoo away the mother bird so the mother bird doesn't experience the pain of seeing the eggs being taken away. Right? Other mitzvot having to do with this midah, this attribute of rachamim, it says in this week's Torah portion that two different kinds of animals should not be used together to lead a plow in the field, like an ox and a donkey, let's say. Right? One, maybe one is stronger, one is weaker. It might actually cause physical pain to the smaller animal. But a commentary I saw on this specific mitzvah, I can't remember exactly from where, says something very beautiful, that maybe one of the animals will be an animal that chews its cud, and another animal won't. And the animal that doesn't chew its cud will see the animal that's chewing its cud, and will think, oh look, that animal is actually eating and I'm not, and will actually experience a psychological pain, right, of thinking that it's not being fed while the other animal is. So this really deep level of mercy, of compassion, of rachamim, right, for others, in this case, animals. There's another mitzvah that an animal that's being used to plow a field shouldn't be muzzled, right, that it should be allowed to naturally feed as it's eating, right, like it normally would in the field as if it wasn't working. And also in terms of workers, there's a beautiful, all the mitzvot are great, but there's a beautiful mitzvah in this week's Torah portion that says if you have a worker at the time of harvest and they're harvesting for you, or you've hired them to harvest, they can eat as much as they want. As long as you're in the field, say they're picking strawberries, they can eat as many strawberries as they want, right? Again, this idea of mercy. You're human, you're hungry in the field, there's food right around you, you should be allowed to eat. And I think this attribute, this idea of mercy, is very connected to the month of Elul that we mentioned before, this getting ready for Rosh Hashanah. Right, we're ending off the year with this month. We're about to begin a new year. Right, at the beginnings and ends of anything, especially years, it's a time to go inside, it's a time to introspect, it's a time to think back, it's a time to think forward. Who was I this year? What did I do? What are the things I love that I did? What are the things that I could do better? Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach says something really beautiful, that this time of preparation for Rosh Hashanah is not so much thinking about, what did I do bad this year that I need to totally fix and get rid of? But like, what are the great things I did this year, but maybe I didn't do them so deep. Maybe I could do them even deeper, with even more deeper kavanah, intention, awareness, thoughtfulness. Right? So it's this beautiful time to kind of round off the year. And think about how awesome I was this year, and in what places could I be even more great? What places can I work on myself, right, to improve myself? And this midah of rachamim, of mercy, of compassion, right, is a great thing to think about at this time of the year. Right? How much mercy am I showing other human beings, other creatures in this world, the world around me, and all the different levels and all the different forms of life that there are in this beautiful creation of ours, right? Where can I be more compassionate? Where can I extend more of my mercy to others? Right? We learn in various places that as we are in the world, so Hashem is towards us. As we are towards others, Hashem is towards us. Meaning, if I'm compassionate and merciful towards others, so Hashem will be compassionate and merciful towards me. Like basically, we lead the way. There's a beautiful teaching from the Baal Shem Tov on a verse in Tehillim. David HaMelech says, Hashem shomecha, Hashem tzilcha. Hashem is your guard. Hashem is your shield, right? Your protector, so to speak, if you can translate it that way. Tzilcha, But Baal Shem Tov does a play on the words that Tzilcha can also refer to Tzel, which means shade, which means shadow, which means that Hashem is your shadow. Meaning, right, what I do, my shadow does what I do. Right? It's an exact copy of me, of my emotions. So too, me, Klape Hashem, me, right, in regards, in my relationship with Hashem. As I am in this world, Hashem is like, oh, that's how He's going to be towards others, that's how I'm going to be towards Him. Right? And we learn, especially this month, always of course, but especially as we're getting closer to Rosh Hashanah and to Yom Kippur and these beautiful days of awe, right? How do we want to improve ourselves? Right? How do we want to fix our relationships? How much more mercy I can give into my life and towards others? How much more compassion? Right? And to that degree, right, God willing, Hashem will be that way towards me. Just a final thought connected to this is that, there's also having mercy and compassion in ourselves. Right? And there's also a relationship with ourselves. And one of the greatest ways that we express our relationship and we strengthen our relationship with ourselves is through taking time with ourselves to check in with ourselves. What's something called cheshbon nefesh, right? An accounting of the soul, like ideally daily. What did I do today? What did I do? Again, that was great, just like we do it the whole year in this month of Elul, right? We should do every day in a micro way, daily, and a macro way with the month of Elul. So at the end of the day, at some point during the day, what am I doing? What have I done in the past 24 hours since the last time I did a look inside? That was great, and what was not so great? What mistakes did I make? What mistakes do I don't want to repeat? I want to strengthen myself to not repeat those mistakes. Right? And when we do this self-check-in, right, there's a beautiful teaching that comes out of many places, Chassidut, and I'm sure other places as well, that says that where there's a din lamata ein din lamala, meaning where there's judgment below, there's not judgment above. And this is really fitting as we get closer to Rosh Hashanah, specifically the 10 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and then Yom Kippur itself. This idea where there's din lamata, right, where there's someone checking in with him or herself, looking in and judging him or herself. So they're already taking care of the judging. They're already taking care of the court case, so to speak. There doesn't need to be a judgment or court case, so to speak, above. Hashem sees that person is already so in touch and so in tune with themselves. They see their wrongdoings already. They're giving themselves that impetus, that motivation to correct their ways, to improve themselves. So, Hashem doesn't have to do it. We're doing that work already. Right? And if Hashem sees that we're the kind of people that are real with ourselves, we're honest with ourselves, I see the good things, but I also see the not so good things in myself, and I see where I need to improve, it bothers me so much. I'm working on this. I want to make an improvement. It really means something to me. I care. Right? So that means a lot. Right? Hashem sees that, and Hashem takes that into consideration. Right? And if we're doing that here in this world down below, so it doesn't really have to happen in the worlds up above. Blessings everybody for such a sweet Shabbat, the second Shabbat of Elul. Right? Ani lidodi v'dodi li. This is a month of focusing on our relationships with Hashem, relationships with other human beings, relationships with all of creation, relationships with ourselves. Right? We should be zoche, we should merit to really be kind to ourselves and be kind to others, and to add sweetness to ourselves, our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with others, and our relationship with the entire world. And through that, adding tikkun and fixing to the entire world. And B'ezrat Hashem in our lifetime, please, right, us together with our kids, we should really see the fixing of the world and see only the sweetness, only the joy, only the happiness, only like the perfection that this world is meant to be. Right, in our lifetimes, in our generation, maybe soon. B'ezrat Hashem, lots of love and blessings. Shabbat Shalom.